Hey Jasper fans, I'm Joe Hutter here with the head coach of the Manhattan men's lacrosse team, Steve Manitta. Today we'll be previewing the 2015 Manhattan men's lacrosse season. Coach, how are you today?
Getting warmer, but yeah, I think everybody's kind of dealing with the same thing. Excited for the season to start and looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, before we get to this year, let's talk a little bit about some of the guys that were lost from last year's team. Co-Longstick of the year in the MLAX, Sean McMahon, a couple of offensive weapons in Ryan Payton, Brett Medeiros, probably the best facilitator on the team in terms of getting goals scored last year. Starting goalkeeper, Rich Akinitis. A lot of different holes to fill this year. Talk about what you're going to miss from those guys and I guess how excited you are for the new group coming in as well.
Yeah, we did. We lost a big group. I think that senior class that walked out the doors last year really put us in a position to be a little bit more successful for this season. It was unfortunate that we didn't make the MAC tournament last year, being one of 5 teams tied at, for second. It would have been great for them, but we wouldn't be as excited as we are right now about this upcoming season if it wasn't for those guys. Pat Hodap and Brett and Richie and Danny and Sean, to the amount of work they did to kind of elevate the program and kind of get us moving in the right direction. So yeah, we're definitely going to miss those guys. You don't really replace a kid like Sean McMahon, being voted as the top long stick midi in the MAC. Well deserved. We're doing the best we can to get the guys ready and fill those holes, but it's going to be, we're excited for this season.
Now, the record that this team had last year, I really don't think reflected upon the play, especially down the stretch. Now, you said it, 5 teams tied at 3-3 for those final couple of MAC playoff spots. Not making it, I guess a lot of the key pieces you just spoke of have graduated. How do you hit home the point with the newer guys, and how do the guys who are returning say, we were that close last year, how do we get back to that spot and make sure that we get in this year?
Yeah, it's tough to look at a season where you win an extra game from the season before and say that it was a success, but it was a success. And the guys understand that we're in a position right now where we can take the next step, and that's really all you can do when you're trying to get a program back on track, is just to really just keep building every year. The young guys that have come in, the returners, have done a really good job of picking up where last year's seniors left off. This year's senior class has done a tremendous job of really trying to push that through. The amount of success that we're going to have this season is really based on the seniors and what they're going to bring to the table. Marcel Gadina coming back, we're moving him around. He was a midfielder last year. We got him playing a little bit of attack. He's doing a nice job, but it's a little bit of a change for him. Andy Hurst, we're asking a lot of him. He's playing attack and midfield, doing a lot as well. But defense, Bill Gerard was captain this season. Max Kerber, and then the sophomore Connor Flannery are doing a great job up front at the close. Chad Steinitz. Then we got a great battle with all 4 goalies, 2 of them being freshmen, and sophomore John Cottrell from Homer, New York, and then the senior Mike Wytrack from West Essex, New Jersey. So it's been quite competitive. Get guys back, Kevin Cox and Frank Merrill, who had some pretty bad injuries last season, and they're getting healthier. I've really never seen a kid work as hard as Kevin to get himself back from really a devastating knee injury, and Frank's done a wonderful job as well rehabbing. Doug Straley, our head trainer, has just done a great job of getting these guys back, and we're hoping that they can contribute sooner than later.
So now let's talk about this year's team. On attack, you have Andrew Hurst returning, Marcel Gadino, a couple of key contributors from a season ago, but a couple of freshmen too that you were excited about when we spoke about them when you announced this year's recruiting class. Talk a little bit about what guys like Wes Schuler and other guys, some of the freshmen, and Andrew Gresham from Canada, what these guys will be doing this year.
Well, I think any coach will tell you, you look at a recruiting class and you see certain things out of them, and we've been looking forward to this class coming in for a while. Andrew Gresham, just really a do-it-all attackman. He's going to get some minutes for us this season. Nick Stutler, a sophomore who was dealing with some injuries last year as well, is going to play a big role for us at attack. He's straight out of Kentucky. And then, Hunter Eddington, midfielder from California, who was named an All-American his junior year. Wes Schuler, also from California. Kenny Braun, who is going to be wearing the number 11 this season, number that Sean wore.
Right.
We're going to get him as many minutes as we can get him. But we're really excited. We've got some really good guys returning as well. Alex Abiog and Mac Garvey, who were both named to the All-Rookie team, All-MAC rookie team last season. There's a lot of guys. We bring a lot of depth, not just body depth, but we feel like we're a little deeper, a little bit more talented than we've been. I feel like this is the most talented team we've had in my third year here. So we're excited.
Let's talk a little bit about this year's midfield.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got Jack Fowler, who was backing up Brett Johnson last year. Learned quite a bit from Brett. At the face-off X, we have a transfer who came in from school way up in snowy central New York. Alex Carlos, who was up at Plattsburgh, who's been sharing some reps with Jack Fowler at the face-off. And then right now, Jimmy Rogers, who's a junior, has really stood out, did a lot of work in the off-season. He's playing really, really well right now. Nick Strano is doing a great job. Alex Abiog, as we mentioned before, and then a couple of the freshmen, a couple of the younger guys. Zach Mermelstein, who's from the Hill Academy, who's really opened some eyes. Is a good two-way midfielder. Chris Samaro, who was battling a little bit of an injury his senior year out of Mountain Lakes, New Jersey. He's doing a great job. And then, like I said, Andy Hurst is just, we got him moving all over the field, and I think he's going to cause some matchup problems for us as well. So it's a nice, it's a deep group, and it's a fun group to watch.
Now defensively, Merrill, talk about senior captain Bill Gerard is in his fifth year. Ken Braun, a lot of big bodies along that back line. Talk a little bit about how you see them coming into play and how it'll be different from last year.
Well, it's an experienced group. Definitely is. As we mentioned before, losing Sean and Danny McGreevy and Big Rich in the goal, not hurt anybody. But they are an experienced group. Max Kerber, the big guy. He's really taking control of that close defense. Bill, being named a captain, doing another good job as well. The battle with the goalies that we have. John does a great job with them. John Lane does a great job with them, and really prepares them. They have a little bit of John's attitude, which is something I think any defense would like, and they'll be prepared. I think that a lot of guys got some reps last season, and I think that's just going to benefit us moving into this year's.
And then finally, talking about the goalkeeping position,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of competition there. Brought in a couple of All-Americans, freshmen, and then you already have a couple of experienced guys who, although Rich did start, they can certainly hold their own too. Who do you expect to see this year, and how will it play out?
It changes from week to week. It really does. Yeah, when we came into the fall, we were hoping that we'd be able to try to name somebody quicker than we did, but it's really been a really competitive four-man race, which is great, and they've been great with each other as well. They're very supportive of one another, and the older guys are helping the younger guys, and the younger guys are playing their part as well.